In journalism, a lead is the opening sentence or paragraph of a news story. The purpose of the lead is to grab the reader's attention and provide a summary of the most important aspects of the story. There are several different types of leads that journalists use to achieve this goal. In this article, we will explore the various types of leads used in journalism. 1. Straight news lead. The straight news lead is the most common type of lead in journalism. It is used to convey the most important information of a news story in a concise and straightforward manner. The straight news lead answers the 5 W's and 1 H, who, what, when, where, why, and how, of the story in the first sentence or two. Example: 3 people were injured in a car crash on Main Street this morning. 2. Summary lead. The summary lead is similar to the straight news lead but provides more detail. The summary lead summarizes the key points of the story in a more descriptive manner than the straight news lead. Example: a car crashed into a tree on Main Street this morning, injuring 3 people. The driver, a 25-year-old male, was driving under the influence of alcohol. 3. Descriptive lead. The descriptive lead aims to set the scene and create a visual image for the reader. The descriptive lead uses vivid language to paint a picture of the events of the story. Example: the streets of downtown were filled with the sound of gunshots as a shootout broke out between police and robbers. 4. Anecdotal lead. The anecdotal lead is a storytelling technique that uses a specific anecdote or personal story to introduce the reader to the topic of the story. The anecdote is often related to the main theme or message of the story. Example: Mary Smith has been living with diabetes for over 20 years. She remembers a time when it was difficult to manage her condition, but now she says it's never been easier. 5. Quote lead. The quote lead begins with a quote from a source related to the story. The quote should be compelling and relevant to the story. Example: according to John Smith, this is a tragedy that could have been avoided if proper precautions were taken. 6. Question lead. The question lead poses a question to the reader, which is then answered in the rest of the story. The question lead is a useful tool for engaging the reader and encouraging them to read further. Example: how did a small community come together to rebuild after a devastating flood? 7. Contrast lead. The contrast lead compares 2 or more contrasting elements, such as 2 different ideas or 2 opposing viewpoints. The contrast lead can be a useful tool for introducing a complex or controversial topic. Example: while some argue that gun control is the solution to reducing gun violence, others argue that it is a violation of Second Amendment rights. Conclusion. In summary, there are several different types of leads in journalism. Each lead serves a unique purpose and is chosen based on the type of story being told and the audience being targeted. The straight news lead, summary lead, descriptive lead, anecdotal lead, quote lead, question lead, and contrast lead are all common types of leads used in journalism. By using these leads effectively, journalists can capture their audience's attention and effectively convey the most important aspects of a news story.